Germany and Italy attack each other as the European Union lose control of solidarity, and Dominic Cummings prepares for a no-deal Brexit. Well, if you've been following this channel over the last couple of weeks at least, you've seen how we've been reporting the anger that we're getting from Italy because of the way the European Union mishandled the current crisis and how they abandoned Italy as one of the top member states. Things are escalating quite badly, up to a point where the head of the European Council is coming to beg the European countries to stay friendly. And then you have a situation where Italy and Germany are now publicly, verbally attacking each other. So let's start with this before we get on to Dominic Cummings and Brexit, because that's also a big headache for Brussels. Let's start with the head of the European Council. Yes, the president of the European Council, Charles Michel, yesterday urged their member states to be friendly and actually work together during this crisis, because every single country, they've all gone their own way instead of actually getting behind the machine in Brussels, because obviously Ursula von der Leyen has proven that she's completely incompetent and they cannot have a one-size-fits-all policy when it comes to the current problem. Charles Michel has said that in order to successfully exit this lockdown, we must show solidarity and remain mobilized together. It is certain that EU countries will not take identical measures at the same time, but it is important for there to be a similar approach. Well, at least he finally acknowledges that it doesn't happen. Now, the next bit is interesting because it says the EU's competences in the area of public health are limited. Oh, really? Well, thank you for admitting this and the fact that you know that there are lessons to be learned. But he also says that we need to ensure that all states are capable of resisting this crisis and come out of it with their head held high. It is our duty to demonstrate the added value of the European Union. What added value is he actually talking about at this point? I don't know. Genuinely, we've been baffled for decades when it comes to this added value. There are certain benefits and good intentions that the whole project is supposed to be giving to its members, including, for example, the so-called free trade, which is not really free trade, it's protectionism, and you know, other things, you know, free money for infrastructure project on a regional basis. Really? No, we don't need that. And this is exactly why nobody's listening to the European Union. No one is even listening to Charles Michel, the head of the European Council. Now we have Italy and Germany attacking each other. Yeah, first it was the EU falling out of love with the European Union, and now Italian politicians and Italian people, voters, are saying that Germany are now their biggest enemy again. Pier Paolo Barretta from the Finance Ministry has said that if Italians don't see a positive outcome, Euroscepticism will grow, also an anti-Germany policy, which could be rooted in our country's deep psychological past. In our historic memory, Germany has always been an adversary in times of difficulty. Well, this could be creating a bigger problem, an unnecessary problem in the region if the European Union and Germany don't actually come to help Italy. Now, following those comments, you would assume that Brussels and the German government would actually try to listen and try to calm things down. Not really, because when you have the situation where the leader of the Christian Democratic Union, the governing party in Germany, coming out and actually directly insulting Italians, yeah, you have a problem there. So Fredrik Reines, who's the leader of the CDU, the governing party in Germany, has massively attacked Italy, and now there are calls to ask him and people like him to just stop talking because the EU could fall apart because of this. Now, what happened was basically after Italy complaining about the lack of support that they received from the European Union, Fredrik Reines decided to make a lot of comments saying that the Italians are just moaning and whining and they don't deserve the financial support and that they should just basically go away and shut up. Not a good idea, guy. Not a good idea. Even one of the Green European politicians said that this is as malicious as it is wrong. The EU can fall apart because of such lies. Yeah, I don't understand what he was thinking when he decided to actually publicly attack Italians. When, you know, this is the time when they need help. They don't need Germany to insult them. Now, as if the European Union didn't even have enough problems on their hand. Firstly, they need to keep Italy and Germany kind of apart, take a break, everybody calm down. And secondly, they have Brexit to deal with. As you know, the Brexit trade talks are still ongoing, very quietly, but still ongoing. And yesterday, Dominic Cummings and the Chancellor Rishi Sunak sent signals to Brussels that didn't really help the European Union side. Dominic Cummings has now said that we are obviously completely ruling out an extension and also preparing for a no-deal Brexit, because he says that the European Union have enough time until December to agree to a trade deal. Otherwise, the UK government is actually prepared for a WTO Brexit. A source close to Dominic Cummings has said that Dominic is back and is making himself felt. Back to his forceful best, I'd say. An ally of Mr. Cummings also provided further insight into the government's plan. They told The Times that there is a view in Number 10 now that we are heading for a no-deal Brexit. The two sides are 1,000,000 miles away from each other. Well, this could be interesting. This is just adding to the EU's problems even more. And Rishi Sunak is also not backing down. Yeah, the Chancellor has sent the EU leaders into a panic mode by promising that the whole thing, the Brexit trade talks, will be completed by the end of December with or without a deal. And he said that obviously the department, the Treasury and all the departments have been preparing for either scenario, and that the UK would not ask for an extension. Although I must say, Rishi Sunak has massively impressed me since he became Chancellor. Beforehand, when Sajid Javid left and when he was appointed, I was not fully skeptical, but I just didn't know much about him. Firstly, he impressed me with the way he delivered the budget, but also the way he's been handling the current crisis. And his performance is calm, he's well briefed, he knows details, he knows his stuff. And now his confidence when it comes to the Brexit trade talks is creating a very, very calm mood in the country. Now, everyone from all sides know that this confidence that the British government and Boris Johnson's cabinet have created is going to be very beneficial. Now we have senior Conservative MPs pushing Boris Johnson to actually avoid and ignore that £39 billion financial bill to the EU if they don't play ball and if they don't actually agree to a trade deal. Yeah, so we have a number of senior Tory MPs who are pushing for the government to reconsider paying that £39 billion divorce bill to the EU if Brussels failed to agree to a fair free trade deal by the end of the year. Well, let's see what Boris Johnson does about this, because the people behind this call are close allies to Boris, and they are massive supporters of the government. They also happen to be senior Tory MPs. So we'll have to see what Dominic Cummings and Boris Johnson actually, if they would reconsider this £39 billion divorce bill, which is still idiotic, but that's where we are. In other news, I want to say a massive happy birthday to Her Majesty the Queen. I know not everybody on this channel is a monarchist. Some people are Republican, and some people are just like, I don't care. But for me, obviously, the monarchy is not really necessarily about the royal family. It's about the concept, the system. But today, whether we like it or not, we have a situation where a head of state is above party politics, and that really helps when it comes to keeping up the morale in the country. And Her Majesty has obviously worked really hard over the last few decades, and she's been the true definition of strong and stable. So we need to obviously be thankful, but also she's 94 today. Quite impressive. So happy birthday, ma'am. Happy birthday, Elizabeth. Now, we have some new plans for the members of this YouTube channel. As usual, I want to say thank you to all the members who've been supporting us. You guys get certain benefits, including exclusive access to ask questions and obviously live Q&As. But what we're going to be doing is that to work together with you guys to see what ideas you have for this channel. So I'm going to be posting on the community page. If you're a member, you'll see that later tonight. If you want to join as a member and support this channel and get something in return, then check out the link in the description, or just find the join button next to subscribe, or go on your browser and type in youtube.com/myatc/join, And as usual, if you're new to the channel, if you enjoy the content, then don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell next to it so you get notified. We have a daily show at 5:45 p.m. I'm Tousi. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new video.